Hey guys, welcome back to this place, and if you are new, then welcome here for the very first time. I'm Carmen, and today we are going to continue our Expanse journey with Season 1, Episode 2, and it is called The Big Empty. Really quick before we get into it, I wanted to say a huge, massive thank you to all of the Expanse fans who have so very kindly welcomed me into your fandom. I was not expecting so many comments or views because I am a much smaller channel, so thank you for just being so overwhelmingly kind to me. I really appreciate it, and I hope you stick around and you enjoy this, and yeah, just thank you to everyone. I really appreciate it, which I think I already said, but I'm going to stop rambling now and get into what you really want, which is watching this show. Oh, fuck.
How bad are we gonna catch it?
Pretty bad. All right, sweetheart. You know how much I love you.
Oh no. Are they gonna get fully stranded? Oh!
Shit! Airlock breach! We're losing pressure!
Somebody close the hatch!
Oh no, don't die! I don't want him to get like sucked out into space or something. They're so getting stranded, y'all. They're so fucking getting stranded. But do they have any food?
Son of a bitch. We're through.
Yeah, they don't have food or like a way to get anywhere.
Do not lose that ship.
Jesus, you're not
We're going after them.
Buddy, I don't think
We're losing them!
Don't do it, Alex.
They just dusted 50 of our friends.
Well, let's not make it 55.
Alex.
Like,
We're not going anywhere.
I agree with her. I agree.
The Secretary General has publicly disavowed gravity torture. If you want to talk to that belter, you put him in the tank.
So gravity torture is like waterboarding. It's not sanctioned anymore.
I don't mean to make you afraid, madam.
Have I given you the impression that I'm afraid?
Then why waste your time on a meaningless courier like myself?
Someone entrusted you to transport pieces of the Holy Grail. The question is, who?
So who has this stealth technology is what she wants
There are
to.
places.
We'll have to vent the ship.
You out of your tree?
We'll lose all oxygen in the cabin.
Everything depends on fixing that radio. We're wasting time.
There you go. Calling shots again.
I'm going outside. You got a problem with that?
Amos, go with him.
We're safe right now. We open those doors, we're done. The ship could crack apart. I'm telling you. You can't if we open those doors,
Oh, this-
please just listen to me. Listen to me. If we go out there, we're gonna die. I'm not ready to die.
He's got like anxiety or something.
Hey, you're in shock. You're in shock. You know the symptoms.
Breathe.
Chocolate?
Those dead patches started appearing. My guess is the Griegus are stealing water again. Some belters clearly don't respect the green space's role in recycling the air and the water. Not to mention the embarrassment it causes the governor.
You seem sure it was Belters.
The criminals here tend to be.
Maybe if everyone in Ceres had this view, they'd respect it more.
Oh, shit!
How do you fucking let go of that?
You doing okay out there?
I'm doing as good as do on a morning full of sunshine. You must think I'm pretty stupid, don't you? I mean, you're right. I can take a core apart, put it back together with my eyes closed. But ask me whether or not I should rip your helmet off and kick you off this bucket. And I can't give you a reason why I should. Or shouldn't. Except Naomi wouldn't like it.
So he really values Naomi's opinion. I don't think he's okay.
Alex.
Said, what's wrong with him?
He's hypoxic.
What does that mean?
Oh, shit. His breather's crapping out.
Oh, he doesn't have enough oxygen, so
How long
he's
can he hold on?
losing it.
We're losing him.
You're a medic. Act like one.
Oh, he's a medic.
Okay, hold on, buddy.
So he should know what to do.
Listen, I'm hooking our breathers up, okay, so we can share air. Okay. Hold on, buddy.
Losing precious air.
Come on.
Fuck.
There it is. Breathe out.
Breathe.
Breathe it in.
What are you breathing?
We're running out of air. We're running out of air.
Yeah. Hurry up!
Now?
Maybe that's gonna make it worse. It did in Star Trek.
We have connection. Get back in here now.
Still!
Pressurizing.
He's not gonna die, right? He's gonna wake up. Wake up. I like him.
You saved my heart, partner. You crazy son of a bitch.
Even water like these today. Beltalowda gonna want it. Huh?
Ah, that's no, don't.
Hey.
She's gonna let him go.
Get out of here. Stay away from Aqua.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah? Not this. You see that coming?
Yeah.
It appears he broke free of his restraints during the critical phase of the ascent when he knew the guards would be receiving their own injections. I think, Madam, he was making a statement.
Speak frankly, please.
That's disgusting.
Earth's gravity. We used it to hurt him. He threw it back in our face.
You want to clue us in?
This beacon we answered isn't pirate tech. It's top-grade military stuff. Serial stamp on the main board. Martian Congressional Navy.
That makes no kind of sense.
It makes all kind of sense. That ship that attacked the can wasn't tucked behind an asteroid. It's hiding in plain sight.
Stealth tech.
Stealth ship.
Why would they nuke a civilian ship without warning?
Because they can.
Good signal. We got 3 hours of juice.
Well, I guess all we gotta do now is pop a cold beer and wait to be rescued.
Someone heard us.
Are they
Heard us?
Yeah.
responding?
Are they coming?
Just waiting for the bounce back.
Is that
Ship en route.
How far?
It's almost 80,000 clicks.
Is that too far?
It's gonna be a hell of a close shave.
We'll make it.
What? What is it?
The ship. It's Mars.
The Donager. Flagship of the Martian Navy.
Oh, fuck.
Coming to finish the job.
And we just told him where we were.
He's just still carrying around his little cactus. I can't.
Listen, we're the only ones who know what happened to the cans. We get on that ship and chances are we're never coming out.
What is your other option, though?
Us.
My name is James Holden, speaking for the 5 survivors of the Canterbury. Our ship was destroyed answering a bogus SOS
from a ship called the Scopuli. We recovered a false beacon and identified it as Martian naval technology. It was a trap.
Are you
We're
insane?
about to be taken aboard the MCR in Donager.
Alex, shut him down.
He's locked us out. He's locked us out.
Speak for us.
We intend to cooperate, host. This means we won't be harmed.
Say the word.
We're dead anyway.
What is their relationship? He's
Any
willing
such action
to kill for her.
only confirmed that the Canterbury was destroyed by Mars.
He's already transmitting this. So he sent this.
He just needs to reach one ship.
One station, then it'll spread.
Don't count on it. The jammers were in range.
You are prisoners of the Mars Congressional Republic. Move and you die.
I thought that was another really good episode. They definitely like their cliffhangers on this show. I like cliffhangers too because it makes you want to keep watching the next episode and the next episode and the next episode. So I understand why they do it, but they definitely like them. This episode pretty much picked up right where the last episode left off. It did start with a little bit of a flashback to the first time that Holden met his girlfriend. I can't remember what they called her in this episode, but I think it's cool that she's maybe still going to be on the show a little bit, even though she's not alive anymore. Like, we might get to see a bit more of that backstory. I am interested in Holden's backstory because it was brought up last episode that he's from Earth, and I think Amos is also from Earth, and I don't know, I'm just interested in everybody's backstory because they all seem interesting, and like, how did they get trapped in this little shuttle in the expanse of space, right? Which I'm guessing is why the show is called Expanse, because they're kind of trapped in this giant expanse of space. In the beginning, Holden wanted to keep on following the ship that destroyed the Canterbury, and the others did not want to do that because it would basically be suicide, right? But in the end, it kind of didn't matter because they ended up back with the ship that destroyed the Canterbury, so I don't know, but we'll get to that a little bit later. I think all of the stuff going on Earth with, I can't remember her name, but the lady and the prisoner and this new guy that seems to also work for the same company that she does. It's all very interesting, right? Because there's something going on, right, with Mars and Earth and Ceres. And she said in this episode, or the guy that she was talking to, I can't remember, that they had been in a Cold War. And he said Mars is not going to want to stop the Cold War. They're going to want to keep going with it because a full-on war is going to be more dangerous to their resources and all this stuff. So it's better to keep the war cold. But of course, we already know that Mars, using stealth technology, which the lady on Earth fears, has destroyed the Canterbury, which is a Belter ship. So Mars has already made that initial strike into making it a full-blown war as opposed to a Cold War. They've also now taken these prisoners, as we saw at the end. They've taken these 5 that escaped the Canterbury's fate as prisoners, and presumably will use that in negotiations or talks, you know, how people use prisoners of war to sort of broker treaties or deals or get what they want. It's kind of interesting because the lady on Earth, whose name I need to know, so if y'all know what her name is, please just let me know in the comments below. I try not to read a lot of the comments for the show because I'm really scared that somebody's going to spoil something, but I'm going to try to learn these people, everybody's names and stuff like that. So, but yeah, she said the Cold War is over. I can't remember if it was, I think it's when she was talking to that guy. And she's right, and she doesn't even know it yet. She kind of sees ahead to the fact that Mars is trying to get this stealth technology and it's going to be dangerous, right? But it kind of seems like the people don't believe her. But as we, the audience, know, she's 100% right because they have the stealth technology. You know, kind of like the Romulans when they took the stealth technology. I keep comparing it to Star Trek. And people are saying, like, it's a bit more hard science than Star Trek was, which I understand completely, but there are certain parallels. Just I'm sure that they drew some inspiration from Star Trek, which is why the parallels exist. But yeah, it's very like Romulans stealing not stealing, but the Romulans using the stealth technology when they're not really supposed to. That's kind of what Mars is doing, right? Which obviously in the beginning of the whole series, it says, you know, Mars and Earth and the Belt, I think, are on the verge of war. And all it's going to take is a single spark. And the Canterbury is the spark that's going to ignite this into a full-blown war. So I'm really, really interested to see how this progresses and when Earth, aka Luna, I don't know if I should start calling it Luna because that's what everybody else calls it. Or is that a different place? Maybe I'm confused. If I am, again, let me know. I'm going to try to maybe find somebody who's seen Expanse to read the comments before me so I don't get spoiled, because I do really like reading the comments and talking to everybody about it, but yeah. I totally lost my train of thought. Something else that I'm really interested in is the relationship between Naomi and Amos, because I don't think that they are dating, but they definitely have a sort of weird relationship. Like, he's literally willing to kill for her. He whipped out his gun and held it to Holden's head and was like, say one word, and you know. So that's a very strong bond that they have if you're willing to kill somebody at just a word. So I definitely want to know the backstory there. They do a really good job in the show of giving you just enough information to make you want to know more, but not anymore. You know? And of course that could just be that it's only the second episode, so I don't know everything about these characters that there is to know. But I feel like this show is going to be really good at giving me tiny little snippets to make me want to keep knowing more, and then just keep giving me little snippets along the way, but never like the full-on story. That way I always want more. Just like how they always, at least so far, have done cliffhangers. So you want more. It's tricky, and I like it, but it's frustrating a bit because I want to know. Like, just tell me now, please. I liked the little tiny side storyline of Miller and Havelock, I think, and the kids that were siphoning the water then selling it, and how there's like a water shortage in the belt right now because the ice ship, the Canterbury, never showed up, which was supposed to bring the water, right? So that's kind of a cool, interesting storyline. I like that Miller let the kids go because he realized, like, it's a kid and he's trying to get money and he's taking it from the rich part of town. I don't know. It kind of shows a different side to Miller that's interesting, that he understands the plight of these people who maybe not as well off as the rich people, if that makes sense. It just makes him a more compelling character. I'm also really interested in why Havelock is hanging out with the lady of the night from the first episode where the guy got murdered in her room. He gave her the little cactus that he was carrying around like a little baby the whole time. So that's interesting. Does he know her? Is he like trying to know her or what? Interested though. Intrigued. Curious. It's like such a small scene, but I want to know. At the end, which we've talked about a little bit, but at the end when they became prisoners of the Mars Congressional Republic, we learned that this is what Mars is calling itself now. Or was it always called that? Or is this a small segment of Mars that is trying to start this war because they don't like that Earth is hoarding the resources for themselves? I don't know. I'm sure we're going to find out a lot more about this ship and why they decided to ignite the spark of the war and why they chose the Canterbury and everything. I'm sure we'll learn all that, but I want to know now. Like, I feel like that's going to be my common thing in this show. It's like, I know that they will tell me, but I would like to know. Before I end this, because I think it's getting really long, the last thing I want to talk about is Alex losing oxygen and kind of starting to act really weird because of it. Because oxygen deprivation does that to a person. It makes them start to act very strange because the brain needs oxygen in order to fully function. So it made total sense when they finally told me that that's what it was, and I felt kind of silly for not understanding what the fuck was going on with him. But I really loved the scene with Shed giving him like half of his oxygen and almost dying because of it, which would have been really bad as he's the medic again. But it just kind of shows who Shed is as a person, and it makes me like him. And the fact that him and Alex had that nice moment afterwards when they got the oxygen back, everybody, just made me like them both as people. I don't know. It's endearing me further to these characters and sort of making me like root for them. So it was a nice moment and a nice little insight into these characters, I think. So I think that is all that I have to say for this episode. Thank you again for watching this. If you stuck around this long, thank you so much for listening to me ramble for frickin' ever. I hope it was somewhat interesting to you. And please do leave comments below. I will try to get a moderator so I can read them and talk to you guys. Yeah, that's it. So until next time, bye guys.